Welcome, everyone. It's 1 p.m. on Tuesday. You know what that means. On point with Dr. Pam. I'm honored to bring up our next guest, Daryl Whicker, who is near and dear to my heart. I want to take a minute to tell a little story about me and explain why Daryl is near and dear to me. In 2006, my lungs were harmed in a public school building due to water leaks, mold, and high humidity. And as a result of that journey, it led me to understand a lot and learn a lot about environmental toxins. And I share this part of the story with you because that led me to learning about water. And I even taught a college level course on environmental health. And you would think with all of that, I would have made some changes to my water. But I didn't until I met Daryl. And with that, I want to introduce you to Daryl Whicker, owner of Local Top Gun Marketing LLC. Welcome, Daryl.
Thank you, Dr. Pam. I appreciate you having me on today, and thank you so much for your time and your friendship. And I'm so happy to know you.
Oh, thank you, Daryl. And I want everyone to know that even though some of us may know particular environmental toxins that exist, we don't all always make a choice or move in a direction until something happens, perhaps even more significant. And what happened with me and my husband is related to my dog Piper. And we'll tell you a little bit more about my dog Piper later. I want to ask Daryl to share with us a little bit about his background and how he came to know about this water technology.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Pam. Yes, I was a member of a local dining club here. I live in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and I saw this guy. He had this funny looking bottle in his hand, and I said, "What is that?" And he said, "That's my water vessel." And I said, "What do you have in it?" LeBlue, because that's a very popular water in this area, and a water that we used to drink. And he said, "No, it's this Japanese technology makes this special water." And I'd never heard of it before, but my background being, in custom websites, search engine optimization, web videos, I was wanting to do a lot of research, and I did. And actually, he asked me if I would like to try the water, and I said, sure. So he let us try it for 30 days. And then we ended up purchasing a machine because we could make it here at home, and we wouldn't have to buy bottled water anymore from the local company that we had spent $21,000 with in the last 18 years for. Plus, we had a much the healthiest choice in drinking water.
So you, what did he say? He said it's a water vessel.
Yes, it was a bottle that it's like a BPA free bottle that they used in the movie Iron Man. It was Iron Man or Iron Man 2, and I have some of them. I probably should have grabbed one and to show people what it looked like, but it doesn't look like a regular water bottle. It's kind of an oval shaped type bottle. So it caught my attention, and it does a lot of people when you're out and about and you have that type bottle with you.
It's a good way to start a conversation. And I
Yes.
started our broadcast today sharing with you about my dog Piper. Well, the reason we reached out to Daryl is because my dog Piper stopped drinking our tap water. And remember, I shared with everybody that I used to teach a college level environmental health course. And so I knew about the tap water. Daryl, tell us a little bit about a sentence or two about the Environmental Law Institute and some concerns about the water.
Yes, I said it on a Zoom recently, and I think most people knows that we have a problem with our water because a lot of the pipes still have lead in them. Uh, Even at in the schools and different places. So it's still kind of in the back of people's minds, but it's not front and center where it should be because we just take water for granted. Go in and turn the faucet on. We have plenty of water. But what you don't see in the water is what's so harmful about it. And so a lot of people say, well, I have a Brita filter, or I have a filter on my refrigerator, and that's good. They know there's a problem, but those type filters only take out the chlorine taste. It doesn't remove the chemicals.
Oh, wow. And I speak to a little bit about the bottled water myths. I used to be in that group thinking that bottled water was better, but when my journey happened in '06, I certainly learned a lot about plastic.
Yes, and I thought I was doing the best thing too when I was buying the bottled water, but I didn't realize. And there's so much information out there that where we can go Google, micro pieces of plastic in bottled water, and I would encourage people to do that because people think that just because it looks clear in the bottle that it's good or it's the best, which it's not. It's really no bottled water is good. I'll go as far as to say that because the plastic particles in it you can't see with the naked eye, but it's clogging people's arteries and their hearts, and they're having all kinds of problems because of it, but they don't know it, and it's convenient. So that's why a lot of people, I think, use bottled water.
Right. I think they think that it's a better solution to tap water. Tap water and bottled water can both have significant issues that can impact health. That's for sure. And when my dog stopped drinking the tap water for about 2 weeks, me and my husband were sitting around the table saying, dogs' sense of smell is so much more, it's so much stronger. And my husband and I would smell it and we would taste it, and we didn't think anything, but we knew based on my previous learning and experience and this situation happening with our dog that there was a problem. So Daryl, I think we would agree that water is the single most ingredient in the kitchen. So I reached out to Daryl about this water technology. I said, Daryl, didn't you tell me something about water technology? And I didn't know. I had no idea. So Daryl, speak a little bit about why this technology is important and how it goes far beyond my body, my husband's body, and my dog's body in the kitchen.
Okay, yes, thank you. Yes, this technology is so different from what most people ever even heard of. So when it's something's new to people, they kind of wonder about it. But just like years ago when we had horse and buggy, and then the car came out, people were like, how does that work? And you have to put oil in it so the engine won't lock up, and you have to put fuel in it so that you can go down the road. But it was so much different from taking care of a horse and getting around, on a horse. So what this technology allows people to do, just by a press of a button, it makes other water solutions to challenges that we have. Like, for instance, one, you can press the button and it makes 11.5 pH. And I don't expect people to remember all this, but you can pour that over your fruits and vegetables, and it actually removes the oil-based pesticides, and the food tastes so much better and has a longer shelf life. That same pH water, you can put a quart in your laundry and never add not one drop of laundry detergent. And what it does, it reduces the surface tension of the water and pulls the soil right out of the clothes, makes them last longer. They smell good. As
Now,
far as
Daryl, wait, hold your thought. I have to tell the audience something. So when we got our water machine, because our dog stopped drinking the tap water, I know, I'm in full disclosure, I knew enough about the problems with our water systems in the United States, and I still didn't move, but I didn't know this existed. But my dog made us pay attention. So Daryl taught us to take this particular 11.5 pH water, and anyone that has a pet knows that pet blankets are really stinky. So skeptical. I was skeptical. But Daryl said, push the button and take 11.5 water and put it in your washer. And I said to my husband, I know Daryl's telling me the truth. I'm going to try it. But I was still skeptical. So we took her blankets that are stinky. Remember, pets can be stinky, and we bathe her once a week. Our dog's still stinky. And we put the 11.5 pH water in the washer and then put the blankets in the dryer. And you know how if you leave blankets a little bit wet and you take them out of the dryer, that's the true test if there's no smell left. And I took them out and I was like, there's no smell. So then the next experiment, I said, the next time we wash the stinky pet blankets, I'm not going to put it in. I did the same thing, took the damp blankets out of the dryer to smell them. And I said, oh, you could get that hint of that dog smell. So the beauty of this also, besides our health, okay, and our dog's health is that we can use it to reduce costs in the home. Okay, Daryl, tell us the next thing. I'm so excited, you guys. You have to reach out to Daryl Whicker. Okay, go ahead.
Well, thank that. And I actually, you can wash your car with the water, the 11.5. And excuse me, I washed my truck, which I hadn't washed in 2 years, and I washed it with the 11.5 water. And then the machine also produces a slightly acidic water we call it beauty water. It's about 6.0, and I polished it with that water, my truck, and it looked like I had washed and waxed it. And then it works great on windows, mirrors, chrome, stainless steel, and you're not breathing those harmful chemicals like you do when you're using the other products that we're used to using. And if it gets on your skin, it's okay. If you breathe it, it's okay. It's just water, but it
And I
does so
want to say
much.
something. If people are watching and are confused about this pH, because I was confused, don't let that stop you. The machine comes with the proper buttons to push. So no one needs to understand different pH levels. I'm not a water engineer, right? I didn't major in water. So just know that if you're confused about some of this, you get to push the button of the particular type of water you need to meet your need for that situation. Okay, Daryl, go ahead, because weren't you? Go ahead.
Oh, well, thank you. And yes, and that's a great point. Plus, I always share like a pH chart of different things you can use for each different pH water. So it makes it really easy. I mean, at very first, you have to look at the chart, but once you get used to using it, it's like, oh, I know exactly which pH to use for this or that. The machine also makes a disinfectant water that kills 99.99% of all bacteria. So it's like, well, my wife got burnt in the kitchen the other day. She was making some icing for a cake, and it was hot, and of course sugar. And so when she got it on her hand, it wouldn't come off. I mean, it sticks right to you. So she said, "Oh," and I said, "What happened?" She said, "I burnt myself." I said, "Oh." So as soon as she got through with pouring the icing on the cake, she immediately put some of the 2.5 pH on there, and she sprayed it 2 other times within like the next hour. It was gone. No burning sensation, no blisters, no nothing. If we hadn't
Wow.
had it, I mean, she probably would have had a blister there. But it just has so many things that's good for the house. I call it like a first aid kit or something for the kitchen, but you can use it for so many other things.
Well, and she knew what to do. So that's good. I'm glad she's better, right? And
Yes,
then
me
let me
too.
ask you this. I know that, and I think a lot of people know that most people are dehydrated, right? Do you want to speak a little bit about that?
Yes, a lot of people are chronically dehydrated because the first thing, if someone has to go to the hospital for something, the first thing they do is put a bag of fluid in your arm. And so they know people are dehydrated. Uh, when we breathe out, we are breathing out acid, and we are losing a lot of moisture or water in our body every day. And if we don't make that up, we get more dehydrated as years go by. And things that start coming up in our body, like arthritis, diabetes, migraine headaches, all that stuff is due to dehydration. So if you can get your body hydrated and stay hydrated with the healthiest, highest antioxidant, anti-inflammatory water in the world,
You're more
you,
likely to be healthy and well.
that's right.
And
It
listen,
doesn't it doesn't cure anything
no,
or
water
treat,
doesn't cure.
no,
No, no, we're
but
not
it's
here to treat, diagnose, or cure, right? No, no.
right.
That's right. But I will say that a medical doctor wrote this book, and it's a long title. I highly recommend it to anybody. And it's written, I think I said, by a medical doctor. Your body's many cries for water. You're not sick, you're thirsty. Don't treat thirst with medication. And one of the things the medical doctor goes on to say in the book is that when people are not feeling well, if they go see a doctor, it's rare that any person wants to have the doctor tell them to drink more water. Doctors are probably telling people that, But this book is an eye-opener for people. And again, it was written by a medical doctor. Your body's many cries for water. You're not sick, you're thirsty. Don't treat thirst with medication. Okay, now, Daryl, tell us a little bit about how to get in touch with you.
Okay, well, you can go to my website, which is darylwhicker.com, and that's one R, DARYLWHICKER.com, just like you have it on the screen there. Or they can call me at 336-926-1492.
Okay.
And I just help educate people and share what my knowledge. I don't try to sell. I don't sell. And so if people have their guard up or they think I'm going to try to sell them something, I'm not going to.
No, Daryl, so people know he has, in my opinion, the most superior customer service. We decided to get our water machine from Daryl, and he checks in and he sees, how we're doing. If we have questions, he sends surprises through the mail, like the spray bottles. So now we're cleaning with water, which is a big deal because of my journey that I mentioned at the beginning. And then I want to make sure you guys know that when my dog stopped drinking the tap water, which was only probably less than two months ago, that we decided to look into some options for our tap water. Our dog now is drinking this water from the water machine. And then Daryl shared with us in the beginning, well, Pam, we take our water on vacation and we take our water to restaurants. And I go, you do? And I must admit, I thought that was extreme. I thought it was extreme. So I think and he said we wouldn't like the taste of our tap water. Now, remember, in our minds, we did this. We knew there was a problem, right? So because of our dog, we were drinking the water for about 2 weeks. We're upstairs. We decide to take our healthy probiotic biome and we use tap water. Me and my husband were like, holy crap, this tastes bad. And you're smelling it, and we still couldn't smell anything. But all the while, our dog started drinking this water. And of course, now we are in that Daryl and his wife Alicia's practice of taking our water when we go anywhere, because our water and bottled water and tap water tastes bad. So, Daryl, what would be something you'd want people to know? Maybe one or two of the most important takeaways.
I would say if you are using laundry detergent or any kind of window cleaner or anything in your home that you're having to breathe as you're cleaning. Now, I would highly recommend this. It's the greenest living that you can have. I mean, what's greener than water? But the laundry detergent is a big deal too, because a lot of these laundry detergents that's out on the market have hormone disrupting hormone disruptors in them. So when you wash your clothes in it and then you wear the clothes and you're sweating, that's soaking into your skin. Mm-hmm. Those hormone disruptors are actually altering DNA. When your DNA is altered, you're more likely to get sick. So it's a very healthy way to live, to go as green as you possibly can. How can you get any greener than water?
Right. And the fragrance identifier in ingredient lists often contains trade secrets or chemicals made in a lab called phthalates. And phthalates in the research are known endocrine disruptors. They interfere with hormones. The smell of clean is really no smell. That's real important for everyone to take away. The smell of clean is no smell. And when we clean with water by pushing a button for the specific need, and it works. My husband tested it on the windows. I know, I'm blessed. My husband likes to clean windows. Oh, man. So he was out there cleaning, and Daryl even told us that it may last longer, the cleaning, because there'll be less residue. But I want to make sure everybody understands that you can reach out to Daryl, and I'm happy to answer questions on the more chemical side of things about why it's important to have the smell of clean to be no smell. It's really important. And then DarylWhicker.com and find out about the water machines, or you can call or text him at 336-926-1492. And Daryl, it's been such a blessing to have you in my life. And with that, we'll close. Have a good day, Daryl.
Well, thank you too. I appreciate you and Jeff are blessing to us as well. And thank y'all so much. I'm so glad that the Lord put us in each other's path.
Me too. Oh, me too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.